Vivek, how are you?
I'm well. How are you? Yeah.
Hey, man. Yeah, super excited. I'm going to let you and Dave kind of talk about this and excuse myself here, but really appreciate you taking the time. Your experience and career at Microsoft. Vivek and I have now gone back and forth multiple times, but a super authentic, genuine person. And this talk about the future of collaboration, I think is going to be awesome. So, Dave, over to you.
I'll take it from there. Would you just get out of here, Gabe? Would you just get out?
Well, I like to make sure people hear me and I'm here. Okay, bye.
No, Gabe is the best. Gabe is amazing. Look, okay, so we are super, super privileged to have Vivek here. He is one of the leaders. He runs product for the second most valuable company on the planet. And at various points, they are the most valuable company on the planet. So make no mistake, this is one of the most influential organizations, and he owns the product that represents collaboration for, I think you mentioned the number. It's like 320 million or 350 million active monthly users on Microsoft Teams. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. There are 320 active million users. I'm one of the leaders for the meetings area of Microsoft Teams. So good to be here, Dave.
Well, and what's exciting is you guys are at the very nexus of what's happening in machine learning and, more importantly, in AI. And you have the opportunity to run this section of this product that is leveraging AI to improve human collaboration. So there's a ton of fear. Well, and before, look, Vivek's been with Microsoft for 17 plus years. He is basically helped, again, an organization that has affected pretty much everybody on the planet. And so, and everybody has worked, has used a Microsoft Teams, or been in a Microsoft Teams meeting. And so, again, we're super privileged, really lucky to have you here. And I know you have a hard stop at the top of the hour, so we are going to just jam through a lot of information. So again, thank you for being here. Let's jump right in. Give just a little bit of context. So what is specifically what is your role around Teams, and what are some of the kinds of things that you've been introducing? And again, we're going to dive deep into some of this. And guys, we have hundreds of people live, by the way, just, so don't say anything really bad. But we have an opportunity to hear how Microsoft thinks about AI. So one of the leaders of AI, how they think about AI and how they're using it to help people collaborate. So it is not a Microsoft advertisement, but I've asked him to be very specific. So share a little bit about what your role is, and then the kinds of things that you've been building in Microsoft.
Yeah. Just a quick thing. I've been at Microsoft, as you said, Dave, for about 17 years. I do want to call out that a lot of the views that I have, I'm a learner in this space first, right? As well. We're all learning as we go along. And a lot of the thoughts, actually, these are my opinions, not my company's place here, but I will share some anecdotes like what we've been doing here. But long story short, right? My current role at Microsoft is I'm one of the product leaders of our core meeting experiences. So those of you who use Teams meetings, the audio video experiences that you see are coming out of my team. The core user experience is coming out of my team. And it's been just a joy to see us go from very few users, because I've been on Teams for the last, 7 or 8 years now. So
you've seen it all.
I've seen it grow from a little infant, baby, to what it is now. And I want to say that, I know the buzz around AI right now is about, OpenAI made it very, they basically democratized this. But totally. I want to say that the industry has been using AI, and including Microsoft,
for a long
time. So folks that are using their virtual backgrounds in Teams, that is AI. That it's a type of AI, right? Not the Chat GPT kind, but it is AI. It's computer vision, right? Where we are using AI to to detect what your face looks like, and then we add a background around the face. So AI is not new.
And this is non-trivial math. Like that's not simple to do.
It's not simple to do. It's not simple to do. They are very smart minds that, working on this around the world, right? And they have been for a long time. But what has shifted in the last 2 years has been around the whole. It's become very accessible for folks with the ChatGPT. It's like being able to crunch like data, like lots and lots of data, and just get an insight so easily in a matter of seconds, or if you're using a deep reasoning tool or rather model, then it's going to take a little bit longer than a few seconds, is just amazing to realize. It really cuts down the time,
right.
and helps you sift through stuff to really get the signal. It reduces the signal to noise ratio, if you will.
So let's dig into that. There, as you and I talked before, we talked about there's a lot of misconceptions you shared around AI and AI replacing humans, and that's actually not what you're seeing around collaboration. You're seeing more of a play on words, more of a collaboration with AI and some of these new features that you've been able to add to the solution, right?
Yeah. Like my view of the world is that AI is in its current form, right? Like what people are used to. It's become your best friend, your teammate,
Right.
sort of thing, rather than here to take your job away, for lack of a better term. It's helping you run.
It's elevating you, right?
Speed your light. It's elevating you. Where you have a shortcoming, you now become a master. Where where you think you're a master, your skills are getting amplified even more. It's helping you cut back on time to gain that time back to do things that are more necessary to run your business at the end of the day.
And so you shared one of the features, because again, I want to highlight some of these features you've added. You own products, so you've added some of these AI features that have basically elevated people's collaboration capabilities. So I want to pull out some of them so people can begin to imagine maybe the art of the possible a little bit. So one of them was, and this actually surprised me, people are using one of your features around if they can't attend meetings. So tell us a little bit more about that, and how did that come about?
Yeah. So I'm sure folks that are some of the folks that are watching this, they've been in a position where they are sometimes double booked, triple booked. And while you want to really attend all these meetings, but you can really be only in one place at a given time. That's just the reality.
Yeah.
Right. And so when I first saw what AI could do, right? Like when we were seeing all of this, like 2.5 years ago, right? Like that momentum to allow users who are not able to attend meetings, but are interested in the outcome of the meeting, and don't really have to view the entire recording, that 1 hour recording, but can catch up with that content in 10 minutes. That was gold, right? Or less, actually. Right. Where AI can really look at that recording, capture notes, and distill the essence of the meeting.
Even as it relates to me, which was kind of, I played with this. I can actually say, okay, what do I need to know? This was a 2-hour meeting. What do I actually need to know out of it, right?
Yeah. What were my action items?
That's
when
right.
was I referenced? At what point was I referenced? You can, there's a lot that is being done here in this space. So this feature that we developed, like it's called Intelligent Recap, right? And it helps users reclaim their time back, right? Like, and really catch up on meetings, and you can still contribute asynchronously. That's the beauty, right? Like you don't have to be present. And then once you've caught up, you can send a response back. Hey, this action of mine, here is the latest status or something. What have you? From that standpoint.
And that you said when you there was an aha moment you had when you're like, oh, I see how AI actually can help in these meetings. And it was this the genesis of this intelligent recap, right?
Yeah, that was one of the first features that we actually created, like meeting summaries, and then like having where you've been at mentioned, if you will. So all of those came about as the larger picture of intelligent recap.
Tell me about the follow meeting feature too, because I think that's really interesting to people.
Yeah, so there's a new feature in Outlook that we've introduced. It's called Follow. It's a new RSVP way to RSVP. Typically, the traditional RSVPs are yes, no, tentative, right?
Right, right.
And quite often, like when I'm double triple booked, like previously I used to not respond because I didn't know, oh, if this meeting that I'm planned to attend will get canceled, and I don't want to miss this other meeting.
Yeah.
And so it was like that conundrum that I always had, right? So this follow meeting, what it does is that when somebody sends you a meeting invite and you are not able to attend, but you're interested in the outcome of the meeting,
Mm-hmm.
you can RSVP as follow. Now the meeting organizer knows that you're actually following the meeting. You won't be able to attend synchronously, but you are following the meeting for the outcome, and then you can catch up on intelligent recap, if you will, and respond asynchronously. So it's a complete pre-meeting to a post-meeting. Like covers the meeting life cycle, if you will.
So you just use this term, and I think I'm seeing this on a lot of our client deployments, where there's this, the AI is allowing basically asynchronous interactions, where previously everything had to be kind of all synchronous. Like you and I are having, like we're on a virtual event right now, and there will be people who are watching it live, but there'll be lots of people who are just watching this thing tomorrow, or they'll be watching this. So this ability to be everywhere at any time you need to be is now possible. And this is an amazing example of asynchronous collaboration, right?
Yeah. And keep in mind, right, a lot of people are working with others in some other countries that are not in their time zone. It's going to be very hard. Here's
a feature. I love this.
It helps all of those people who are, say, like right now, Europe is winding down, and they can catch up during their time. They don't need to feel that that FOMO feeling that, hey, you know what, if I don't attend this meeting, right, like, and then I will miss out. Because think about it, these people are capturing the time back that they can also spend time with their kids having dinner. Otherwise, even those kind of situations, it's enabling us to get over.
So AI really is in a place to help elevate our lives and our capabilities. So kind of back to your very first point, it's not replacing us, it's enhancing us, and it should be improving our lives.
And think about it, right? Language barriers is another way, right? Like this is a time barrier that it's overcoming. Another way is language barriers.
Tell me about real-time translation. I don't know that people know about this. I didn't know.
Yeah, like exactly, right? Like, so today I am a native English speaker, right? Like, and when I'm working with my team out in, say, China, for example, right, their English may not be as good. So it is going to help. Like AI can do live translation, right, and live even audio translation, right? Like they can speak in their native language, if you will, and I can hear in English in my language, and I can speak in English, and it gets translated to Mandarin on the other side.
This is Star Trek type stuff. What you're describing is like, it's Star Trek. It's, I click my little thing and it's like, we're speaking, like you've deployed this capability in Teams.
Yes.
Dude, you got to sell it. I'm super excited about this. I didn't know that feature was in there, and it makes sense. Like as soon as, you mentioned it last time when we were speaking, I was like, of course, like, why would it not do that? So the ability to collaborate with teams all over the world, you guys are shrinking the planet, right? You're making the planet basically we're one community, really.
That's right. And our goal is to whatever is a barrier to that we can reduce for awesome collaboration, we want to break that down, right? Are we there completely there? No, we're not. Absolutely not.
Well, I don't even know. We don't even know what it's going to be in 6 months. So we'll never it'll be years before we actually land anywhere that is final.
That's right. So,
okay. So tell me a little bit about, from your seat, what are these hardest blockers? Just more, even outside of Teams, from your position, what are and we talked about a few, just to kind of remind you, we talked about kind of data problems and fragmentation, and then some trust. But explore that a little bit with us, because I think, again, you have this bird's eye view where you see massive deployment of AI and, frankly, massive problems around AI.
Yeah, I mean, again, these are my thoughts, right? Like, I feel like customers will want to make sure that their information, right, like their proprietary confidential information, is not being used or like being used to and given to another customer, possibly a competitor, right? Like, imagine Shell Oil's data is given to Chevron, for example, right?
Not great. Let's be honest.
Not good, right? Like, so that I'm sure like that's going to be a big thing, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
where users are, and everybody, like if you even notice on ChatGPT now, there's a private mode, right? Like so having that control of the data that it's being used, and Copilot allows that, right? Like in Microsoft, there's a tab there, there's a work tab, which means that a particular prompt, if you will, is going to use that data that's for your organization, and it is going to remain there, and when you go out, when you flip the tab to web, it can get source the data from the web.
Oh,
so,
amazing.
so all, like many of these providers, like Copilot's definitely one, but like others as well, right? They have this top of mind as one of the
challenges
areas, if you will.
Another one you shared was this lack of trust, and there's a lot of concern around hallucination and it not actually being trustworthy. Like, where are we at from an AI trust standpoint, and what are the real roadblockers?
I think it's getting better and better, but we always say always check the work. If you're looking at the meeting summary that you've run, right, and it's creating notes for you, you should check whether it's accurate or not. Sometimes it does hallucinate, right? It's not perfect, but it is really, really good, and it's getting better.
It's getting better constantly, right?
Constantly.
So, I mean, how much? So a lot of the attendees today are in a pilot of some kind of AI project at various stages, and we've gotten feedback. A lot of people have had failed pilots. Any recommendation, like how do people deploy AI from your standpoint in a way has a higher likelihood of success? And what are the kinds of deployments do you think they should be thinking about? Again, this is a little bit off the cuff.
Yeah. So I think in my mind, everybody should be using AI in whatever shape or form, right? Like to enhance their current role, if you will. I'll give an example, right? Like for me, that I use AI for, right? Like, as you can imagine, we get a lot of customer feedback, like, and they're from multiple channels.
Yeah.
Having the ability of AI to go and distill that. Previously we used to like have Excel sheets and like all kinds of like ADO, like Azure DevOps, like all kinds of places these guys, this customer feedback will be coming. Now the ability to go and have an agent or a prompt, if you will, to just go and synthesize this information and give me, the top signals, it's awesome, right? What are the latest hotspots in the last 30 days? And I can get something. Hey, you know what? Maybe the audio is having a little bit of an issue, and here's how customers are experiencing that problem. Like, that's so powerful. So the way I look at this is that anything that you are spending more than 15, 20, 30, maybe an hour in your life for whatever, try and use AI, right? You will not be successful the first time, right? You've got to like get better at prompting to really get the essence out of whatever data analysis or something like that you may need to do. But once you get a hang of it and you get better and better and better, it's gonna pay in the long run. the way I look at it.
Okay, so you said something really interesting and it triggered a thought, and you can choose to not answer this question because this was not one we talked about beforehand. So if you're like, Dave, full pass, I accept that. So the way you and I met is an interesting story. So Gabe Larson, who was, he's hosting this and was commenting about collaboration tools and was, on LinkedIn, and he those who are watching probably have unavoidably seen some of his posts, and he's somewhat provocative. I think he does it just to get lots of views and follows. But and you reached out, actually. You saw he was commenting about collaboration, and you reached out, and then you guys began a dialogue. So first off, I was like, that's amazing that a product manager over this large of an organization cared enough to comment and have a meaningful dialogue with somebody who was pretty vocal about it. I have to ask though, was there an AI tool that helped you identify that Gabe was talking about your product? Like, or are you just that like present?
To be honest, like it popped up on my LinkedIn.
Oh,
feed.
it did. It just popped up.
It popped up on my LinkedIn feed, because I am always like looking for feedback. Because I do look at LinkedIn for posts, and it popped up. So LinkedIn's probably
its algorithm is clearly very good. Yeah,
it's good, and it just popped up. I think it was in the top. I don't remember it being the top post, but I think it was in the top 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So with enough scrolling, I could just see it.
You would have seen it. And again, LinkedIn, I've spoken to some of the product leaders there, are very entrenched in using AI to try and do exactly that. But I was curious because those are the kinds of things that we are seeing people use AI for, to be able to identify signals in topics that are interesting and related to them.
That's right.
So there's another thing that we talked about, and this is not necessarily your view of collaboration in teams, but you shared with me how you're developing prototypes and how you're using AI to accelerate the development process and collaborate with your engineering teams. And again, it kind of blew my mind. So again, you run a product team, and there's a very traditional product approach. You're disrupting that approach. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
Well, we're still learning. All of us are still learning. I do want to call out, right? Like the way I've been thinking, like my personal view of this, right, is that AI is now allowing us to do many things that we're not good at, right? I've not written code in ages. Like that's the reality, right? But like when I look at an app, like and this is not an endorsement of this app, but I'm just saying, like I just tried this app called Lovable, right? Lovable is allowing me to go and mock up a UI just based on prompting.
That's crazy, right?
So when I look at that, I'm like, okay, can I do this? Like what previously we product managers used to create like wireframes, right? So now this is that new wireframe, the way I look at it, right? Like, can I use a prompt to create that wireframe to communicate my idea?
And what's crazy about Lovable, because after you said that, I mean, I'd heard of them, but I hadn't done anything. I went and tried it. Again, not an endorsement. I know no one who works there. I have no relationship, but I went and bought the basic license. I mean, it's free, by the way. You could do a lot of it for free, and did exactly what you said. I developed not just UIs. I actually built clickable prototypes, like fully functional. I'm sure the code's not great, but it was enough to convey to an engineering team. They're like, "Oh, I see exactly what you mean. Like that makes total sense." So that's another kind of tying into this concept of collaboration. This is another type of collaboration that this is supporting. So you have product teams communicating much more effectively with engineering teams. Are there other ways you're using AI just in your role as a product leader that you think might be interesting to the people listening?
Yeah, I think I mentioned around like getting customer signals is one. Another one that I've been using it for understanding just market research, I think is also a good way.
Explain how you use that. So I get the concept. Like let's be tactical with people.
Yeah. So I'll give an example, right? Like I'm evaluating an opportunity right now, right? That I can't share about, but going into Copilot and and just understanding how large is that market that I don't know anything about. Who are the top players? What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? Right? Previously, you used to get reports from all of that, and you have to sift through all the reports. And like now, AI
does all of that work for you.
Has all of that and gives a link to the source, how they found that, right? And it's easy. It's easier. It reduces the time that I spend, if you will.
Yeah.
With the right source, and helps me create that pitch deck, for lack of a better term, right? Like at least the elements that would go in a pitch deck, whether Microsoft should invest in this or not, as an example.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, evaluating like whether this is the right place to go and right direction to go is another place.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's super, super useful. So disseminating massive amounts of data. Okay. So I know you've got a hard stop here at the top of the hour. So I want to just ask, one or two more questions. So one of them is, where do you see the next 6 to 12 months of, anything you can disclose, about the vision of collaboration, not necessarily anything that Microsoft's going to release, but your vision of the next 6 to 12 months, and then maybe 12 months on.
Yeah, I think, as I mentioned, I think the barriers that I've been talking about, time, language, like that speech, those barriers are going to keep going down. Like the walls are going to keep coming back down, lower and lower and lower. That's how I envision this AI going over the next 6, 12, 24 months. And also the innovation that's happening is at a very fast pace, very, very fast.
What's the rate? Give us some scale from your standpoint.
I think it's a monumental shift, quite frankly. Like if I have to put it, like I've not seen something as fast before. Like it's really evolving rapidly.
Like weeks, not months or years. It's
weeks, right? Yeah. Like I remember the time when I first joined Microsoft, software was being shipped every 3 years. Like that was like the client server architecture, if you remember. Back in the day. Then we went into like the cloud era, and now those 3 years became like, oh, you know what, monthly releases.
So you're doing monthly releases,
or like 2 bi-weekly releases. Like it depends on each product, right? But I'm saying is like
that's crazy.
But building it was also taking time. But now with AI, even the build time is reducing across the board, right?
Right.
And so I just foresee more and more efficiency gain here, the way I look at it, across the whole stack.
So the thing I kind of got out of our previous conversation, and even more today, the fact that you're facilitating collaboration, even when I'm not with you, and even when I am, I can be speaking a different language. I can have real-time summaries. Like you're making this so that like anyone can collaborate with anyone at any time and at a much faster rate and in a much more visual way. There's one last feature I thought was really interesting. It's the virtual, I may say this wrong, it's the virtual whiteboard. Is that wrong?
Virtual whiteboard, like are you talking about the Miro and the likes? Like we have the Microsoft whiteboard.
Yeah, you describe where you can draw together and collaborate.
Yeah. But that's been there since COVID timeframe, right? Like we had to, like if you recall, during COVID, everybody moved away from the offices, went home, right? And there were like whiteboarding was a key thing when we were in the office, right?
Totally.
Like, to brainstorm. And so this whiteboard experience came during COVID time. So and people are, but like what AI can do is like, hey, take your meeting, right? Like what was said in the meeting and convert that into make
visual concept
on the whiteboard. Right?
But it can also I played with it because you said it and I was like, ooh, I'm going to try this. And I went and sketched some stuff up and it identified it. It cleaned it up. It did all like, it actually made my chicken scratch reasonably legible. Yeah. Actually kind of consumable. Yeah. So what you're representing to the people today is that collaboration is not like it was. It is global. It is multilingual. It is multicultural. It's fully like I would say every mode of communication. It's not just video like we're doing here. It's audio. Right. It's text. It's everything. Right.
That's right. We want to shrink the barriers. We want to keep shrinking the barriers.
I love it. This is truly amazing. So how, if people want to continue a conversation, they want to learn more, what's the best way? How, are you open to that? How should people reach out to you?
Folks can DM me on LinkedIn if they wish to. I will say, like, I do get a lot of.
I know.
So it's
I
not
apologize.
that I'm trying to ignore, right? But
you're on a big org. You're on a big team, and you're responsible for a very large project. But look, I think you have given us insight. Again, for everyone here, one of the brightest minds, I believe, in this collaboration industry, and he's basically sharing his playbook, sharing, his insights. So, I mean, I couldn't be more appreciative and thankful for you to join us. And again, we'd love to invite you to a future event if you'll have us again. But it's really been kind of you to share what you shared.
Thanks for the invite, Dave, and thank you for chatting with me.
No, it's amazing. Okay, we'll connect again soon. We'll let you drop, and I think Gabe is about to join. So thanks, Vivek.
Thanks, Vivek. Appreciate it.